start today, I was 16 hours and 11 minutes from 10,000 hours in a casino lifetime. I probably won't hit it today. I'll probably hit it tomorrow. But in case I do hit it today, I got some personal records from these 10,000 hours written down. Most hours in 1 month, 309 in May 2019. That was mostly Atlantic City. On the drive to Atlantic City, it included a stop in Joliet for a part of a night and 2 nights in Pittsburgh. Longest session, 31 hours, 45 minutes. That was in Milwaukee in August 2013. I actually got a room for 2 nights, only ended up using it for 5 hours because the first night went about 32 hours of play. And then I left partly because I had to get the stuff back out of my room. So I left, went back to the room, slept 5 hours, got my stuff, and then I think I played another 11-hour session right after that. Most hours in 1 week was June 18th through June 24th, 2019, also in Atlantic City. I tried for a 300-hour month in May, I got it. I played 309. I tried for it again in June. I ended up not being there for a weekend for Father's Day. I went back to Long Island, so I really needed to push hard to get that in June. I needed to play like 13.5-hour days once I got back after Father's Day to play the 300, and I didn't end up getting it, but for a stretch I was like really pushing and playing a lot of 11, 12, 13-hour days. So I got 87.9 hours in that week. The most money I ever made in 1 month was that same month where I played the most hours, May 2019. Made $7,861, only playing 1, 2, and 1, 3. Most of that money was in Atlantic City, but those 2 days in Pittsburgh on the drive there, I did have back-to-back $900 days in Pittsburgh. So the most money in 1 week was $3,101. That was that week, April 30th through May 6th, 2019. Included those Pittsburgh days, and early on in Atlantic City I was also doing well right from the beginning. Most money in 1 day was that day I played the most hours. That's why I stayed, because everything was going right. $2,619 in a 1-2 game at Potawatomi in Milwaukee. From April 23rd last year to September 9th, that was 140 days, 20 weeks exactly. The longest stretch of weeks I've ever had, keeping an average of 60 hours per week, was that 20-week stretch last year. Averaged 60.57 hours per week for those 20 weeks straight. The most calendar days I've kept up an average of 10 hours per day was 33 days. I averaged 10.06 hours per day from April 21st to May 23rd last year. So April 20th was when WinStar reopened. That was the day I drove in. I played like as much as I could until we closed at 4 a.m., but I couldn't get a full day in. And then April 21st was my first full day waking up in Oklahoma. My room was probably in Texas across the border, but my first full day in the area. And I got a full day in on the 21st, and for 33 days, I kept an average of 10 hours per day. In full disclosure, almost all of it is 1-2 cash and 1-3 cash. 9,817 hours to start today, before I started playing today, was either 1-2 or 1-3, no limit hold'em cash games. The other 166 about were a combination of free rolls, some limit while I'm waiting, PLO, some PLO 8. In Maryland I played some mixed games, Stud 8 and Omaha 8 down by down. And there was one Mirage session back in 2017. We played like a 10-game mix or something. So those all count. It's poker in a casino, but almost all of it is 1-2 cash, 1-3 cash. So today or tomorrow when I hit the 10K hours, I'll tell you exactly when that day is done, how many hours I hit, and I'll tell you exactly how much money I've made.